Talking that boxing here. This is Mr.A doing a fight recap of Yuriorkis Gamboa versus Alexis Reyes. Oh man, this was an interesting fight. You talk about robberies, gift decisions, someone faking it. This fight had a little bit of everything in it, man. Now, on paper, it's Yuriorkis Gamboa gets the victory by a majority decision over Alexis Reyes. Now, round one was a fill-out round. Nothing really was going on in that one. You saw that Gamboa was the faster fighter. You saw that, at least with hand speed. You still saw the flaws that Gamboa always has. He's a stiff-legged fighter. Stiff-legged, he reaches. But he looked clean. He looked faster. You know, he looked like a dominating type of fighter, like we once knew him as. Or we saw him against who we saw him against. And then round two came out. Really was nothing. He caught Reyes with a nice left and a straight right. But around the second half of that round, you can see Reyes he was able to get Gamboa's timing a little bit. He was able to make Gamboa miss. He wasn't landing shots, but he was making it harder for Gamboa to hit him that second half of that second round. And it carried on to the third, because once the third started, Reyes just came out, blitzed him just started walking him down. This is the first time in the fight that Gamboa was basically on the back foot. Reyes was walking him down, throwing something. He was landing a few shots, but nothing much. He walked right into a straight right hand. Head snapped back. But you could see he was really he figured Gamboa out. He was able to get close enough to him, land an occasional body shot here and there. If he was able to work more body shots, I think he would have won this fight. And then you could see Gamboa was trying to answer with speed, but it wasn't really nothing landing, and his head was not moving. His head was still staying still. Like I said, even though Gamboa was evading the new pressure by Alex, you could see just his face. His face looked different. If you just watched the fight and saw how Gamboa's body expressions were, they changed. At the end of that fight, at the end of the round three, he didn't look the same. And then right when round four starts off, it's a little fill out round. And all of a sudden he connects on Gamboa with a quick overhand right. It kind of sends Gamboa on the back foot stumble, maybe a level 3 type stumble out of 10. It was a small stumble, but when they did the spin around again, he hit Gamboa again. Gamboa got dropped. It was a late reaction, but it was a knockdown. But Gamboa got up quick and ran it off and shaked it off oh, I slipped. Gamboa was a lot of showboat in this fight, like he's somebody type showboat, not like he was doing fancy stuff, trying to live up to a name. And then you could just see about 35 seconds left. Reyes caught him. He caught Reyes with 35 seconds left in the round. He caught Reyes with a lucky, reaching, looping punch, and he dropped his hands what? I could do it. What? And it was because that round you could see Gamboa was oh, like I said, at the end of the third he was gassed, and in that fourth he got dropped right in the beginning. He needed that lucky punch, and oh, okay, whatever, yeah, I got you anytime I want. It was a minute thing, and then the fifth round came. You could see his legs weren't quite under him. He had a low level type of Sebastian Highland type thing going on with his legs. They kept just straightening out. He couldn't get himself under control. He like spin around Reyes. He was doing anything to try and eat time up, but try and look good. You know, it was a fake performance by Gamboa to me. And in the 6, Gamboa landed a few. And in the 5th round, like last 20-30 seconds, Gamboa gave him 2 cheap little head bunts. Referee warned him about them. Round 6, it was more of a back and forth round. No one really exchanged much, but towards the end, like that's the last minute 20, Gamboa, like I said, Gamboa start each round out ever since the 3rd round. Gamboa started each round out like 30 seconds good, and then start gassing. You could see his performance; his legs were stiffening. And in the 6th one, while they're in the exchange, and Gamboa's bending over, Alex was just reaching over and just giving him kidney shots, and those things were starting to wear Gamboa down. And then in the 7th round, same thing. Gamboa started to backpedal. He was trying to backpedal and fell. His legs was just not with him at all. In round 8, he gets deducted Gamboa gets deducted a point for a head bunt. Round 9, he gets deducted another point for a punch behind the head. And then in round 10, he was trying to do some fake Hollywood type pressure. He was taking these small steps, doing all this movement, you know, making it look like he's trying to win the round. So when he got close enough, you know, like, yeah, he was getting held a little bit sometimes, but he just like leaned on him with all his weight and pushing his arms like through him on Reyes. Like, look, ref, he's holding me. But it's really, you could see Gamboa was like forcing the hold, just leaning his weight on him. I'm telling you, just trying to eat at the clock, you know. And because just round by rounds, I had this fight a draw. I had Gamboa 1, 2, 3, and 5. And I had 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Alex. Now with those 2-point deductions, to me it can't be a draw, but I mean it can't be a majority decision because Mr.A had it a draw, minus 2 points. It goes to Alex. That was my card on that one. But like I said, on paper it's Yuriorkis Gamboa getting a majority decision over Alexis Reyes. This is Mr. A with the fight recap right here on RRT Boxing. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe, share the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. What do you think of the head bunts, the points deductions? What do you think of the Gamboa's performance? How many of these he got left in him before? I don't know if he's still on Golden Boy, but before they just cash him out, feed him to somebody. Because you know that's why Golden Boy signed him. Put him on ESPN, build him up a little bit. They're going to feed him to somebody. Mr. A is out. Thank you for your support.